Hi guys! Now that you know how to insert the add-ons that we offer in our YITH WooCommerce Product Add-ons and Extra Options plugin, we want to show you how to combine them by using examples from a live demo. So, in this video, I'm going to show you how to replicate the options that we have in our MacBook in our live demo. This one has labels, color swatches, radio buttons, and more. Before we get into it, let me remind you, of course, to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit that bell down below so that you know every time we have a new video for you. Now, let's get to it. Here's the product that we're going to replicate, the Apple MacBook Pro. We're going to add labels, radio buttons, color swatches that will change the product's image when selected, more labels, images, and 2 products as options to add to the purchase. Okay, so this is what the product looks like right now. It's a simple product, no options, no other images, just the MacBook. So let's go to the dashboard, YITH Product Add-ons, and we're going to create the blog. I'm going to name it MacBook. This name, of course, is just for us. And I'm going to add the first option, okay? The first option is label. So label or image. And the title is going to be display size. We're going to add 2 options here. The first one is going to be 13-inch Retina. We could maybe add a tooltip right here. And I'm not adding an image. I'm not going to change the base price of the product if this option is selected, but I am going to choose this option as default. Let's add the second option, 16-inch Retina, tooltip 16-inch, no image. For this one, since it's better, I'm going to increase the main product price to a fixed amount of 250 euros. Save, and then go to rules to assign this block of options to the product. So show this block of options in specific products and categories, and the product is going to be the Apple MacBook Pro. Show options to all users, save. Now let's go to the site, refresh, and now I have my 2 options. This one, since it has an extra fee or an extra price, is bigger than this one. I don't like the fact that it has a different size. I want them both to have the same size. So let's go back to the dashboard, and we're going to choose this option. Display settings. Now I'm going to change this instead of 5:3, and I'm going to use a grid layout. Yes, and we're going to leave it at 100%. Style, we're going to choose the center alignment. Save, and save. Back to the side, refresh again. There, now it looks much better. Both of these options have the same size, they are both centered, and there is the tooltip 13-inch and 16-inch. Okay, now that I have this option set up, I'm going to add the second set of options. Add options. The second one was the radio button. And the title was SSD storage. So again, we're going to have two options here. The first one is going to be 256 gigabytes. Let's add a tooltip. No image here. We're not changing the price. We are going to choose this one as default. Add a new option. And the second one is going to be so no image. We're going to increase the main product price to a fixed amount of 65 euros. Save. Let's go back to the side, refresh. Okay, so here's my option, my tooltip, option tooltip, increase in the main product price. Okay, so now we're going to add our third set of options. Back to the dashboard, add options. This one is going to be the color swatch. The title is just going to be color. And the first color swatch is going to be a single color swatch. And the color is going to be something like this. The label is going to be space gray. The tooltip is going to be also space gray. No need to add a description. I am going to add an image. For this one, I'm just going to upload the same image that I already have for the product because it's this color swatch, this space gray. So this is my image, and this is the color that is going to be selected by default. Add a new option. I'm going to add the second color. It is also going to be a single color swatch. You can also add the color here if you have the hexadecimal code instead of just using the color picker. There you go. And the label is silver. Same for the tooltip. Silver. No description. I'm going to add a different image. This is the one that I'm going to choose for the silver color. I'm not going to change the price. Save. Save again. Back to the side. Refresh. Great. So now I have the two colors, silver and space gray. This one is selected by default. Now, I don't like the fact that these color swatches are squared. I want them rounded. And I also don't want to have the image right here. I would simply prefer to have the color swatches and the image to be changed here. So we're going to change that here. First, display settings. We're going to hide the images. That is only to hide the images that were just above the color swatches. And what I'm going to do is replace with option images. This option refers to the actual image of the product. So when selecting the color swatches, the image should change. Change this to 2. Save. Save again. And I said that I wanted to have my color swatches rounded, not squared. So, style. And we're going to scroll down to color swatches right here. Instead of square, I'm going to check rounded. Save options. Back to the side. Refresh. So now I have my rounded color swatches, space gray and silver. I don't have the images above. And if I choose silver instead of space gray, the product image changes. Great. Now that we have this set up, let's go at the fourth set of options. Let's go to the block of options. And the fourth was the label or image add-on again. This one was processor. First option, 2.3 gigahertz. There we go. Let's add a tooltip. And let's add a second option, 2.4 gigahertz. We're adding a tooltip. And we're going to increase the main product price because this is a better option than the previous one. And we're going to increase the main product price to a fixed amount of 200 euros. Save. Save. Back to the site, refresh. There are more options. I don't really like how they look. I would like them to be one next to the other, so let's set that up. Back to the dashboard. Selecting the options, display settings, scroll down. Let's change this to 3. Grid layout, 100%. Save. Save again. Back to the site, refresh. There we go. Now I selected the 3 options per row. This is 1, 2, and this would be the third one. So there we have the tooltips, the options, the increase in the main product price. I think this looks pretty good, so I'm going to move on to my 5th set of options. Back to the dashboard, add options. The 5th is also going to be the label or image add-on. The title is going to be memory. The first label is 16 gigabytes. Tooltip 16 gigabytes. And let's add an image for this one. The image is going to be this one. Choose image. Great. The price is not going to be different. Add a new option. Next label is going to be 32 gigabytes. Add image. Upload. Choose image. I'm going to increase the main product price because the memory is greater for this option. So to a fixed amount of 400 euros. And add a new option. Last option, 64 gigabytes. Save. Save. Back to the site, refresh. So this is what the options look like. There's my tooltip, there's my image, there's a label, and the price. I don't like the fact that these are not centered and that they all have different sizes, and that I have 2 options on top and then 1 below. So let's edit this. Back to the dashboard. Select the set of options. Display settings. We're going to scroll down. Options per row. I did have 3 options there, so I'm going to change it to 3. And I'm going to use a grid layout again. It's going to be 100%. And style, I'm going to select the center alignment. save, save again, back to the site, refresh. There we go. Now the three options have basically the same size. The only difference is the price down below. The images are centered, the labels are centered, and this grid is 100% width. The tooltip is right there. Now let's add the 6th and 7th set of options. The 6th isn't actually a set of options. We're going to be adding a heading. So this is one of the HTML elements. Click here. This is going to be like the title for the following set of options. The title is going to be must-have accessories to buy. And here I have H1, H1 being the biggest font size, H6 being the smallest. I'm going to choose one in between. I'm going to choose H3, and the color is going to be simply black. There we go. Save, and let's add the 7th add-on, which is actually the 6th set of options. It's going to be the product add-on. I'm not going to add a title because that's what I added before with the HTML element. I'm going to select two products that you can add to your main product, to the MacBook Pro. So the first one is going to be the AirPod Pro. I have this product already in my store and I'm selling it separately, but I'm going to add this as an option to go with your MacBook. I'm going to leave this as it is, use price of link product. I won't select this as default. I'm going to add the second option, and this one is going to be the curve stand for MacBook, also using the price of the link product. So let's save and let's see what this looks like on the side. Back, refresh. Okay, so they're next to each other. Once again, the options do not have the same size because of the names. They have their actual price linked to the option. I would prefer if I had one above the other one and they had the same size. And also, right now, if I choose one, I cannot choose the other one because when choosing the other one, this one gets deselected. So, back to the dashboard and let's change that. Display settings. So, we're going to have just one per row. That way, it will show one above the other. We're going to use a grid layout so it doesn't occupy 100% of the space. We're going to select 40% instead, there. And we're going to head over to advanced settings so that we can allow customers to select more than one option in that set of options. Multiple selection type, save. Save right here. Back to the site, refresh. There we go. So first of all, we have the heading right here, the HTML element. It's not selectable, it's just there as a title. And then I have my two options, one per row. Both options are 40% width, and if I select this, I can select this one because I set up this option to have the multiple selection type. So we have the display size selected, the storage, the space gray color. Let's select this processor. Let's select a memory. And let's add the AirPods. Add to cart, view cart, and there I have all of the options that I have just selected. Display size, storage, color, processor, memory. I don't have the title here because I added an HTML element as the title, but here are my AirPods. The HTML elements do not show up in the cart. And here's the image that goes with this space gray color. So that's how you can replicate the block of options that we have in our live demo in the Apple MacBook Pro product. Okay guys, that was it for our video today. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up and we'll see you again for our next video.